Every year in the lead up to Veterans Day, the names are read aloud of the 58,281 people listed on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in D.C.
But this year, for the first time, there is a picture to go with every single name on the wall. And as Fox 6's Carl Deffenbaugh tells us, that Herculean effort is thanks in large part to a man from Wisconsin who knows all too well the price of freedom.
The walk across the Root River in Mayville is never easy for Andrew and Laura Johnson. It's not the distance or the grandson in one arm, but what's waiting for them on the other side.
There it is, right here. Right here.
The sun.
The grief never goes away.
They now only see in photographs.
It will always be there. It just changes and evolves.
Pictures are windows to our memories.
I think it took, 21 badges to become an Eagle Scout.
The people we love frozen in time.
And I think David had like 43 or something. He was a pretty ambitious guy.
A decade after their eldest child's death,
David was deployed to Afghanistan in Kandahar province. He was in one of the most dangerous places in the world.
He lives on in dozens of photos at the Johnson home.
The older one that's 4 can walk past the picture and say, "That's Uncle David."
Army First Lieutenant David Johnson was 24, just a few weeks into his first tour, when an IED exploded underneath him.
He waved to his men and said, "I'll see you guys later." So he thought he was going to live, but he was just hit very hard. And when the helicopter landed 30 minutes later in Kandahar, David was gone. January 25th, 2012.
I think the good way to explain it is you're going along life and a bomb kind of goes off in your front yard. It just kind of goes off and changes everything in an instant.
In the funerals that followed in Mayville,
not only was he a great son, but David is an American hero.
And at Arlington National Cemetery, one group in particular was always there.
Whenever a Vietnam veteran became aware that I was Gold Star, man, they embraced me, hugged me, cried with me. I was special to them.
The War Memorial in Mayville is a long way from D.C., but the names on this wall mean just as much as the ones in black granite at the Vietnam Memorial. But what is a name without a face to go with it?
An etched name on a wall, it's cold, it's not personal.
2 years after his son's death, Andrew learned of a project now called the Vietnam Wall of Faces, an effort to find at least one photo for each of the 58,281 names on the wall.
You're talking about 50 years ago, times when not everybody walked around with a camera in their, pocket.
A daunting task, though not to Andrew.
I think it was very exciting because I knew we could do it. Wisconsin people care about their homes and communities.
With a long career as a newspaper publisher, he knew the power of a small-town paper.
I could just see in my mind how it could be delegated out.
He focused on the names from Wisconsin, using a tried-and-true military strategy, divide and conquer.
We have Waukesha Freeman. You have the Green Bay Gazette. That was what they did. Eau Claire News Leader. See here the Journal-Times in Racine.
More than 1,100 Wisconsin names became 450. Became 64, many from Milwaukee.
Show you what I did.
That's when he took this display to a statewide newspaper convention.
This project was the most inspirational thing that I personally have ever been involved in.
Jessica McBride, a lecturer at UW Milwaukee, wanted to help.
She assigned all 64 to be found. And then not only did they have to find them, they had to write a story about their life.
The last name in Wisconsin was Willie Bedford. He had 5 living siblings, but still no picture.
They said, "We have not seen a photo of our brother for 20 years.
A particularly driven student, Rachel Meidel, wouldn't quit. On her 3rd try at North Division High School, she found an error in an old yearbook.
It said B. Bedford, not Willie Bedford. And so we were sure that was him, but we couldn't verify it, so we brought the yearbook to his sister.
That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's my brother. Yes.
The final picture in the state was found.
Wisconsin was the first big state with lots of people on it that we closed down, and that was in no small part because of Andrew.
All 1,161 pictures of Wisconsin Vietnam veterans that are killed were published in this section.
Andrew stayed with the project until 2020.
We would go to other states and say, Wisconsin did it, you can do it.
He took his method to newspapers and schools around the country.
There's 2 states, now 3 states, now 4 states, and the dominoes kept falling like that.
All of which culminated in a phone call this summer.
I got a call on August 9th. It said, Andrew, we found them all. It's like, wow, it's awesome.
They had milestones, they had lives, they had children, they had families that are much like any of us, and it brings them to life.
Andrew and Laura Johnson know the power of a photograph.
There's a lot more to Lieutenant David Johnson than just a little etching.
They connect those we love.
You can't imagine when they're a baby, you know, just how much you love them. You really do.
To those we lost.
Every soldier has a story.
The wall of faces became a passion, a purpose.
You don't want to just wallow in your sorrow. You want to do something with it.
It took time, but Andrew and Laura will not allow the loss of one life to end their own.
David would not want me to feel sorry for myself. He would not want me to live a life of despair. He would want me to live a full life.
With photojournalist Tim Primo, Carl Deffenbaugh, Fox 6 News.
Andrew is certainly living that full life. He and Laura pushed for a change to state law helping veterans' families, and they're working on a Gold Star Memorial Trail for bikers and hikers in Dodge County. As for the Wall of Faces, you can submit more pictures or messages on an interactive website. Find a link within this story on fox6now.com.
That really was a story about teamwork, dedication, and sacrifice. What a story. Thanks to Carl and Tim for putting that together on our Veterans Day coming up tomorrow. We'll still